Has the NBA's offseason become a cruel, drawn-out chess match, leaving promising young talents in limbo and frustrating fans eager for action? What does it say about the modern league when the future of two dynamic, high-potential players hangs precariously, seemingly held hostage by the glacial pace of restricted free agency and the unyielding stances of front offices? This isn't just a story about trades. It's a saga unfolding across the league, a testament to the intricate, often bewildering dance of contracts, cap space, and strategic maneuvering, with the latest rumblings involving the Chicago Bulls' Josh Giddey and the Golden State Warriors' Jonathan Kuminga, painting a vivid picture of this complex landscape. The NBA offseason, typically a whirlwind of blockbuster trades and splashy free agent signings, has for many simmered down to a frustrating standstill, particularly in the realm of restricted free agency. While some marquee names have found new homes, a significant portion of the league's young, ascending talent remains in a holding pattern, their futures shrouded in uncertainty. At the heart of this peculiar stagnation is Chicago Bulls guard Josh Giddey, a player whose unique skill set and undeniable potential have yet to translate into a long-term commitment from the team that acquired him. His restricted free agency has, as one insider aptly put it, yielded a big, fat nothing burger, leaving fans and analysts alike scratching their heads. Yet, beneath this surface calm, the waters are anything but still. According to seasoned NBA insider Jake Fisher, a flurry of activity has been happening behind the scenes, with multiple teams reaching out to the Bulls to gauge their interest in Giddey and, more importantly, to ascertain whether Chicago would even consider moving him. This isn't just casual inquiry. It's the probing, strategic groundwork that precedes major shifts. And among the most prominent teams making these inquiries, casting a long shadow over the proceedings, are the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors, a franchise synonymous with championship pedigree and bold strategic moves, find themselves in their own restricted free agency conundrum, specifically concerning their promising forward, Jonathan Kuminga. Kuminga, a player whose raw athleticism and flashes of brilliance have tantalized the Bay Area faithful, has yet to come close to an agreement on a contract extension. This dual stalemate, with Giddey in Chicago and Kuminga in Golden State, has created a fascinating, almost irresistible scenario for a potential swap, a high-stakes transaction that could redefine the trajectory of both franchises. Fisher, in a recent Bleacher Report live stream, dropped the bombshell that has sent ripples across the league. I can report that multiple teams have reached out to Josh Giddey's representatives to show interest in him. Golden State is one of them. Depending on how negotiations progress, Golden State would be interested in some kind of Josh Giddey-Jonathan Kuminga trade, from what I understand. This isn't mere speculation. It's an informed insight into the strategic thinking at the highest levels of both organizations. The idea of a direct exchange, two young talents with immense upside trading places, is the kind of tantalizing prospect that fuels endless debate and anticipation among the NBA faithful. For the record, the interest isn't entirely one-sided. Rumors have also circulated that the Bulls themselves harbor an interest in Kuminga, recognizing his defensive versatility, explosive athleticism, and potential as a two-way force. On paper, a Kuminga-Giddey swap presents a compelling argument for both sides, addressing needs and offering fresh starts for players who might benefit from a change of scenery. Kuminga's defensive prowess and ability to guard multiple positions could be a significant asset for a Bulls team looking to solidify its perimeter defense, while Giddey's unique playmaking and court vision could inject a much-needed dose of creativity into the Warriors' offense, particularly as their veteran core ages. However, the path to such a blockbuster deal is fraught with obstacles, primarily stemming from the Chicago Bulls' resolute stance. Despite their reported interest in Kuminga, the Bulls have been unequivocal in their message to inquiring teams. They are reportedly not interested in any kind of sign-and-trade scenario involving Giddey. This firm refusal is deeply rooted in the context of their recent offseason moves. The Bulls acquired Giddey directly by trading away fan favorite and defensive stalwart Alex Caruso, a move that was met with mixed reactions but clearly signaled their belief in Giddey's long-term potential. Having already invested significant capital in bringing Giddey to Chicago, the Bulls are understandably reluctant to part with him without a substantial return, especially not in a sign-and trade that might limit their flexibility or yield less than what they perceive as his true value. The Bulls have been telling teams they don't want to talk about sign-and trade. Fisher elaborated, highlighting the brick wall that other franchises are encountering. This hardline approach from Chicago is a clear indication that they view Giddey as a foundational piece, or, at the very least, an asset they are unwilling to relinquish cheaply. The optics of trading Caruso for Giddey, only to then facilitate Giddey's departure via a sign-and trade without acquiring additional draft capital or a truly equivalent player, would be a public relations nightmare and a strategic misstep in their eyes. They've already paid for Giddey, and they intend to reap the benefits of that investment. Yet, even with Chicago's steadfast refusal to engage in sign-and-trade discussions for Giddey, the idea of Kuminga landing in the Windy City isn't entirely dead. At least, not from Kuminga's perspective. The young forward, navigating his own restricted free agency, is keenly aware of the various pathways his career could take. There remains some hope on Kuminga's part that the Bulls could influence his situation now, suggesting that despite the current impasse, Kuminga and his camp see Chicago as a desirable destination, perhaps through a more direct trade if the Bulls were to shift their stance, or if a third team were involved to facilitate a more complex transaction. Even more intriguing is the long-term play Kuminga might be considering. Fisher added, "There's also some hope, from what I understand, on Kuminga's part that if he takes the qualifying offer and hits unrestricted free agency next year, the Bulls will be big players with cap space." This reveals a strategic patience on Kuminga's part, a willingness to bet on himself and the future. By taking the qualifying offer, Kuminga would play out the upcoming season on a one-year deal, becoming an unrestricted free agent in 2026. This would allow him to control his destiny, and if the Bulls indeed project to have significant cap space in that offseason, they could emerge as a primary suitor, offering him a lucrative long-term deal without the complexities of a trade. It's a calculated gamble, but one that could pay massive dividends for Kuminga if it plays out as he hopes. This entire saga underscores the fascinating, often frustrating intricacies of NBA team building. It's a constant balancing act between nurturing young talent, managing a complex salary cap, and making tough decisions that can have ripple effects for years. For the Warriors, acquiring Giddey could mean adding a unique playmaker to their system, potentially extending their championship window with a fresh injection of youth and passing acumen. For the Bulls, holding on to Giddey or securing Kuminga could be crucial steps in their ongoing quest to build a competitive roster around their existing stars. And for the players themselves, Giddy and Kaminga, it's a period of intense uncertainty where their professional lives are subject to the strategic whims and financial calculations of powerful franchises. The restricted free agency market, particularly this offseason, has proven to be a minefield of strategic posturing and financial caution. Teams are hesitant to overpay, and players are reluctant to sign long-term deals that might undervalue their potential. This creates a stalemate where promising talents like Giddy and Kaminga find themselves in a holding pattern, their futures dependent on a delicate dance of negotiations, leverage, and the willingness of front offices to blink first. The coming weeks and months will undoubtedly reveal the next chapter in this unfolding drama. Will the Bulls soften their stance on Giddey? Will the Warriors intensify their pursuit? And what will Jonathan Kuminga's ultimate decision mean for his career and the landscape of the league? This is more than just a trade rumor. It's a peek behind the curtain of NBA decision-making, where every move is calculated, every dollar scrutinized, and every player's future is a piece in a much larger high-stakes puzzle. What do you, the passionate fans, think about this potential Giddey-Kuminga swap? Do you believe it's the right move for either team, or are the Bulls right to hold firm on Giddey? Share your insights, your predictions, and your reactions in the comments below. And if this deep dive into the strategic heart of the NBA has captivated your attention, please hit that like button and subscribe for more exclusive reports that bring you closer to the action.